Dioxin is a toxic and poisonous chemical that can affect agriculture and human health. Also known as polychlorinated dibenzodioxin, it is an organic chemical that is mostly comprised of chlorine, oxygen, and hydrogen. It is considered a pollutant that is released into the air. These poisonous chemicals are byproducts of various industrial practices such as manufacturing herbicides, bleaching, and burning wood. Dioxin has a typical half-life of 20 years, and due to this long half-life, dioxin contamination is a serious agricultural and environmental concern. Dioxin is not produced for any specific purpose. However, it is a byproduct of manufactured products containing a chlorine base. It is common among products such as chlorine bleach, hospital waste, pesticides, and insecticides. As a pollutant, it is released into the atmosphere and can contaminate water, soil, therefore can largely impact the surrounding agriculture and communities. The chemical was first discovered to have a toxic effect in the late 19th century in Germany. Chemical factory workers were unknowingly exposed to dioxin. The exposed workers started to experience oozing and painful lesions, and therefore concluded that dioxin can be harmful to the human body. The United States was first exposed to dioxin in 1949. A Monsanto herbicide plant exploded, exposing a large population surrounding the plant to dioxin. The harmful effects of the exposure was severe to the point that the community surrounding the plant was abandoned. Also, this chemical played an infamous role in the Vietnam War. Agent Orange was an herbicide that killed crops and trees. The United States Army used this herbicide during the war in order to remove enemy cover and destroy crops. The mass production of Agent Orange caused dioxin contaminations all over the country. The majority of the herbicide decayed eventually, but due to its relatively long half-life, dioxin contaminates the soil and water supplies in Vietnam still to this day, and it continues to cause health issues to its neighboring communities. Dioxin can cause a variety of problems for the environment. Once released into the air, it settles in soil and water. The chemical is then absorbed by plants and farm life, which can lead to biomagnification, a process of accumulating pollutant content at each individual trophic level. The pollutant exists in small quantities but begins to build up as it goes up each trophic level. Due to its insoluble property, dioxin remains in the environment and travels through the food chain. Wildlife that has been exposed to dioxin experience reduced fertility, growth defects, immune suppression, and may even lead to cancerous effects. Consequently, dioxin is considered a persistent organic pollutant, or POPs. Dioxin can have a severe consequential effect on human health. Some of the conditions known to have been caused by dioxin include high levels of liver toxicity, chronic acne, reproductive hormone changes, and an increased risk of cancer. In high enough doses, this chemical can inhibit growth in nearly every single organ system in the body. This is because dioxin is mainly stored as fat and have a half-life of 7 years in the human body. This poses a long-term health threat for any human being exposed to this poisonous chemical. The cure for dioxin contamination relies heavily on the prevention of dioxin production. Because it becomes extremely difficult to manage and control the chemical once it is released, the focus should be containing it from within. For example, the factories producing chlorine-based products such as pesticides and bleach must take action to prevent any of its toxic chemicals from being exposed to the environment. Instead of wasting resources figuring out treatment options because of exposure, continual management of dioxin production is the only true cure for this epidemic.